Hey, Atamari from beautiful New Zealand, or Aotearoa, New Zealand, which is to say, good morning from beautiful New Zealand. I am career break guy, taking a break from the corporate life and trying to figure out how loud I need to set this music in the background. Hey look, if it's not morning where you are, then kia ora, which is hello. Thank you for taking a break with me right now. Today is TTRPG Tuesday, so we are going back to The City of Gold, a solo module by Per Holstrom. I apologize for my pronunciation. I played using the Forbidden Lands game system by Free League, and thank you again to Free League for sending me the code for this VTT so I can play it on Foundry. Very interesting game. This is my first playthrough of both the system and the adventure itself, so I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, I had my coffee. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm a bit late today. Had some life admin to do. So grab your coffee and we'll kick back into it. So in the last episode, last week, our hero, why I think he's the hero, PC Orvold, your character art. Orvold, Fern, and his companions, well, I should really know the names by now, Ulfric, the druid, Gemma the ranger, and Halfdor the warrior. They had returned to the Barnacle and Clam Inn, had a good night's rest, and they knew that they needed to speak to the barkeeper, Layla, because Orvold had had a vision that there was something about her necklace that was drawn towards the staff of Zigesh, which he had obtained from the Saurian cult leader. So after their good night's sleep and over breakfast, just casually starts mentioning, "Oh, that's very interesting. Do you mind if I take a look?" And she's quite reticent at first, but then eventually comes around, and as she's handing over this little shard of a crystal on her necklace, as she's handing it over, all of a sudden she transforms into this creature with snakes in its hair and kind of incorporeal, and it is a banshee. A fight ensued. Orvold got bitten by the snakes and started to succumb to paralysis, but thankfully the rest of the team rallied round, pulled him out of the fight, and also managed to slay the banshee. They picked up the shard of the crystal, and it reformed with the staff of Zagesh itself, and he had visions of a lizard man, Saurian is the correct word, a Saurian village that he had to go to, because that's the next step of this thing. So they rested again, because they were quite beaten up after that one fight. This is quite a deadly system. And have struck out to the home of the lizards. And that's where we left it. So I believe I read out the description at the end of the last episode, but I'll just do it again in case. So, deeper into the swamps, you find a dozen huts spread out over solid ground, or what solid ground there is. Several walkways made from planks connect the huts in what seems to be random pattern. Everything looks like it will fall apart at any second. A few lizard-looking humanoids can be seen scuttling about, fishing or cleaning pots. If they have noticed you, they seem to ignore it. Perhaps other travellers visit these parts sometimes. Further down a path, you see a larger hut. Tall and shaped like a pyramid, you can see that it is adorned with skulls of birds and other creatures that seem to be fortified with metal bars and stronger wood. It seems to have a significance to this village, as it is positioned further away. And there's a little picture, and it's the larger hut in that picture. So at the far end of the village stands a sturdy tower made of stone, several floors high. It is impressive compared to these huts. A bronze gong hangs above the door of the building, which this will be referred to as the tower from here on in. So the village is lit by a few simple standing torches, and the village has a total of 16 Saurian villagers and 2 patrolling guards at any given moment. Not that our party would necessarily know that. I guess as they're coming in, they can just kind of keep an eye out, and they're like, "Oh yeah, there's a bit over a dozen people milling around," and they see a couple of guards there as well. So right, apparently what happens... Oh, so that's where we're up to. So now what we're going to do is we're going to... we're just going to see what we get up to. So it does depend on what time of day we get there, is what we see. So they got up in the morning, had the fight, which was over quite quickly, and then headed off, or had a rest. So we're going to say it's about lunchtime. Maybe just a bit before lunch, late morning. So, if we're visiting the village in the morning, which we are, look at 09 for more details. Because this is like a pick a path, like, remember the old pick a paths when you were younger? So we're going to go down to 9. 9. Okay, you hear a wagon with massive wheels being pulled by saurians headed towards the village in the swamp. A man wielding a strange staff with an alligator skull as a helmet is leading the party that consists of the staff wielder, 2 trident armed guards, 2 sorcerers, and 3 druids. On the wagon stands a cage, and inside the cage is a huge undead alligator man beast. So this is interesting, because these are actually the people that we fought amongst some standing stones and where he got the staff in the first place. So, if this is your first time meeting the party of saurians, nope, that's not it. If you've run into them before and caused trouble, they will scream and attack you. There are 2 more guards in the village that will help the saurian party. The villagers are hiding in their huts, and as is the village chief. Should you win the battle, there's a thing that happens. Should you lose the battle, if you attack the party of saurians early and let the survivors flee, the situation is the same as above. Okay, so that is what happened. They more or less, ambushed our party ambushed the saurians because they really wanted the staff. But then because they're not horrible people, they didn't actually kill them. They're like, look, this is all we wanted, and we wanted to try and barter for it. We need this. Sorry, but we're taking the staff, but we're not here to kill you. We're just robbers, really. We're just men. So what we're going to do is we're just going to retcon that description, because the cult leader is no longer holding a staff, but otherwise it all stands. No one was killed. So what's happened is we are going to have a fight again. So what do we say? There was the cult leader, 2 guards, 2 sorcerers, 3 druids. So what we're going to do is we're going to start grabbing some NPCs, because I actually made up stats for them. Well, not made up stats. The stats are in the book, but I made up the characters for them so I wouldn't have to deal with it that way. So there is the cult leader again. There is, what do we say? 2 armed guards, Taurian guards. And then there are 2 sorcerers and 3 druids. So these are all the same. Can we zoom in a bit more? This isn't actually the map of where they are, it's a really cool map, so I thought I would have a map up. I do quite like that there's these cloud effects in Foundry. Looks quite nice. Unfortunately no character art for these guys. So there's those, and then it said that there was 2 more guards. I suspect we're going to lose this fight. So I guess what we have to do is we have to roll initiative. And by roll initiative, I mean in this game, you draw cards. It's quite similar to a lot of other Free League games. You get cards 1 to 10. Lowest one goes first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have Orvald, Ulfric, Gemma, and Halfstor. So my party, because they're all effectively... Oh, I thought they would... Apparently not. So my party's all going to be involved. And then for... You know what, if we move it like this, it'll work. So they'll all get an initiative turn. But then I'm just going to group the rest. So you've got the sorcerer leader, or the cult leader. You've got a guard to represent 4 guards having a turn. And then a druid sorcerer to represent 5 druid sorcerers having a go. And you just, for convenience, you group them together and they give each other the help action. So this guy will get +3 on his attacks, these ones will get +4. which, so help me. Or is it only maximum of +2? You know what, let's have a check, because this is also a learn to play. Doing a learn to play over on the Getting Dicey channel. We're playing the Alien TTRPG Chariot of the Gods, which is good fun. This is rollable tables, that's not the one I want. I want the book. Player's Handbook, and we're going to do combat and damage, maybe? Help? Actions, aim, ready, parry, Maybe I can search for help. Nope. Yeah, so we're going to learn to play here. Help from others, here we go. +1 modification, no more than 3. Okay, so they both get +3, that's fine. Right, so let's get them in a fight. That's annoying because I don't actually want to fight. Believe it or not, these people are not out to kill everyone, they just wanted to get this staff. So I'll bring this out over here so we can see what's going on. We've got the tracker here, we've got the cult leader, the person representing the guards, person representing the sorcerers, and our party. I'll go begin combat, and that should roll up some initiative cards for everyone. Right, so first is the Saurian guards, and they are going to start charging in. I'm just going to roll 1 to 4 to see which one of our party they hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 Oravold, 2 Ulfric, 3 Gemma, 4 Halfdor. This actually says roll 1d4, but for some reason it doesn't show it in this format. 1, 2, 3, 4. Halfdor, man. Okay, so if you missed the other one, the Saurian guards, actually pretty much everyone kept trying to land a Halfdor. He's the warrior. I guess he does look like the biggest threat. You know, you take away the biggest threat. So he spent most of the game just getting wailed on. Anyway, we're going to open up the Saurian guards, and they are going to come at him with, they've got leather armor, gear, they've also got tridents. So they're going to swing at him with their tridents. And like I said, they're going to get a +3 modifier, not 30. That might be a bit unfair. +3 modifier to attack him. And let's see how we go. So in this game, you're looking for 6s. If you get 6s, that's a success. Sweet, so 2 successes. They do hit him, and because they've got more than 1 success, it does additional damage. So let's just put that to one side. Good old Halfdor. He is going to try and parry this with his large shield because, I mean, obviously, although I'm just going to double check with the sword fighter, you have to parry with your sword. If your attack and parry rolls are modified by +1 when you fight with the sword. Sweet! So he has actually got level 2, so you can slash 2 enemies with your sword as a single action. That's cool. Anyway, like I said, he's going to try and parry. And he's going to get +1 because he is a sword fighter. Did this say what kind of attack it was doing? Talent, gear, trident. Normal item, range, two-handed, pointed. I don't know that necessarily says whether it's a stab or not. I mean, I kind of assume it is, but oh well. Let's just roll. Try and get 2 successes or more. 1, 2, 3 successes. Great. So he just bashes that out of the way with his shield. Like swinging the shield around, keeping it between him and the tridents because he knows he's been here before. He is our professional fighter. Not his first time dealing with tridents. Up next is Oravold. Oravold is going to got Unslinger's weapon, which is his. He's going to actually take out his short bow, and he's going to try and fire at the. He's going to fire at a guard, because these people are the ones who have attacked so far. The other ones haven't actually attacked. No successes. I could push, but I'd take a point of damage because I rolled 1-1, and so that would lower that. I don't think he's going to push it this time. He's just going to... Yeah, just going to wear that failure. The cult leader. Now, the cult leader couldn't really do anything last time because he had no willpower, so I'm just going to say he gets d4 willpower. 1. That seems wrong. Let's give him another d4. 4. Okay, he's got 4 willpower. Shall we say? Can I give him the willpower? 2, 3, 4. Because this way he should be able to use one of his talents. Let's look at some of the... What is this? What do these do? No, cancel. Sleep of Death becomes cold, point of damage to strength and wits. Yeah, you know what? He's going to try and cold out. Who's going to try and cold out? 1, 2, 3, 4. We rolled a 3, so he's going to try and cold out Gemma. So we have to spend a thing. Close. Chill of the Grave. I'm going to roll to see whether something crazy happens. Roll mishap. Ooh. Okay, so what happens is, with this, you roll for how many willpower you're spending, and he spent the 1, hence why it's down to 3 now. If you roll a 6, the power of the spell goes up and does more damage. If you roll a 1, something goes crazy. So now I have to roll on the mishap table. Roll on table... mishaps. Magic mishaps. What is gonna... I didn't expect this, but this is actually quite fun. Okay. Okay, so he starts bumbling something in, and his hands start forming strange shapes. But as he goes to unleash this power, something happens, and there's this psychic feedback. And so what happens is, instead of the power exploding out of him, it doesn't contain itself well, maybe because we stole his staff and he's more used to using it. And so this magical backlash actually drops him to one knee for a moment. That's cool. Right, Saurian Sorcerer Druids, 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Let's see who they attack. They are going to attack 2, which is Ulfric, our druid. Druid on druid. Let's go. So these guys have equipped... No, that's the guards again. It's these ones. These guys have daggers. And they're going to stab at him. They get a +3 modifier because there's 3 of them. And they get 1 attack, or 1 hit. Now good old Ulfric has got a staff. So he's going to try and, basically spin this and hope that that he can get it in the way of them. I think it was a slash. I think I'm actually meant to be declaring whether it's a slash or a punch or what have you. So I'm just saying that they're going through and just slashing wildly. Alright, come on, get a success, otherwise you're going to get stabbed. No successes. Now here's the thing, he can push and he'll get willpower because he gets a failure and it'll take his strength, or he'll lose a point of strength because of that anyway. So I'm actually going to push him. Whoa, okay, that was bad. So he got a success, but also he got damage to his strength and to his staff. He rolled just a crap ton of 1s apparently. And now his staff doesn't have a bonus. It's really busted. He has parried, but he's got 2 willpower, so I guess next turn he can start doing some spells. It does mean though that 1 more stab and he's down, so that's unfortunate. But it is his turn. So talents, he's got the Path of Healing, and I apparently have just not copied over any of the Path of Healing into his thing. Spells, Path of Healing, which ones? That's probably not level 1. Oh, level 2, okay, so you can get that. Clean Spirit, yep. Grab that. Healing Hands, that's going to be, I think, quite useful. Mend Wounds. Close. Nature's Cure, yep. Purge Undead, ooh, okay. Resurrection, not quite yet. So these are probably all level 3s, these last 3 ones. Yep, okay, so his spells. Nature's... you know what, let's actually look at them here. So, Cleanse Spirit, Wits or Empathy, nope. So, probably Healing Words. You can deal Strength or Agility by laying on hands. Heal points equal to the power level. You cannot heal yourself. Well, that's annoying. Use magic to heal broken bones, bleeding. Heals a critical injury. So he can't heal himself. That's bothersome. He can only heal others. So I guess what he's going to have to do is he is going to... He's just going to have to do it to it, man. He's going to swing with his staff at these guys. Oh, it's broken. It cannot be used. Okay, so he's actually going to go in with his dagger. Dagger on dagger action. Let's roll. No, no luck. And I'm not going to push it because there's a 1 and it would... Oh, it's a 1 to a weapon. I'm still not going to push it. Unfortunately, yeah, there was just so many of them. And my Sifu for Kung Fu once said, you know, if you're going to fight... If you, for some reason, end up in a fight with 5 5-year-olds, but they have knives, even though they're little, you're going to get stabbed, because there's just that many of them. You're not going to be able to track it all. So that's pretty much what's happened here. Sure, it's a bunch of druids who aren't necessarily fighters, in the same way he isn't, but there was just so many knives he couldn't avoid it. Now my man Halfter. This guy is already in combat. I'm just going to get these character sheets handy. Yep, and Gemma, because you're up next. So Halfdor is already in combat, so obviously he's just going to swing at these guards. And he's got his short sword, and he's going to come out with his sword fighter. And he's got 5 successes! The man! This is just an expert shot. Look at him go. Now I'm trying to remember, did they get hit before? Orvold shot at... No, Orvold shot into them but didn't hit them, so they're actually going to try and parry. Saurian Cult Leader? No. Saurian Guards, that's the one I want. Right, so they're going to try and parry. Nope, cancel, parry. And roll. For every 6 they reduce the thing by 1, so it's actually 2 successes. That's annoying. And now they get to roll their leather armor, which might give them the 2 successes to... Nope. So they take 2 wounds. Well, one of them takes 2 wounds. Yeah. Good try, Halfter. Gemra's there. Gemra's going to see that that poor Ulrich is just absolutely bogged down right now. So she's going to jump in with that. She's going to... She going to draw her... You know what? No, she's going to grab her bow out as well. And so she's going to fire into it. Oh, what's Sharpshooter? Cancel talents. Sharpshooter. When you shoot with a bow or crossbow. Yay. So, great. So she gets +1 when she does this. Longbow. +1. Try and hit them. We've got a bunch of druids and they're trying to lay into our druid. 2 successes. She's going to push that because she wants to get more successes. This is make or break. There's a lot of people attacking at the moment. Okay, so unfortunately, maybe she just has pulled the bow back too far. Or when she lets it go, it snaps in a weird way. She's just a little overexcited. So she has done 4 damage, but it has applied 1 point of damage to the bow. 1 more, and it's not going to work, which is awkward. Did the Saurian druids... they did parry before, didn't they? Did they parry? Did what's-his-face actually... No, he didn't actually hit them in the end, didn't he? Because he was just so worn out. Bruh! Hey, Moji Boj. Welcome to my Let's Play of Forbidden Lands. So let's see, what were we doing? Yes, they got hit, so now they're going to have to try and roll to move out of the way, I guess. They're going to try and dodge it. 4 successes, down to 2 successes, and then they've got scales, so they might not take any damage at all. No, 2 damage. Okay, so one of them's got 2 damage, remember that. And back to the top, Saurian guards, they're engaged in Halfdor. They're gonna try and end him. Poor old Halfdor. Combat. Not 30. 3. No successes. Hooray! That's what we like to see. He's ducking, dodging, diving, and weaving, and being okay. Orvald is going to... Halfdor seems to have it covered, but unfortunately old Ulfric seems to be in problems. So Orvald is going to swing around with his bow, and he's actually going to fire into the druids this time. With his bow, combat bow. Fingers crossed. He's not as good a shot as Gemma. But 1 success, that's all we need. The druids are going to try and get out of the way of that. With a move. I might need to actually be declaring this beforehand. Okay, so they do dodge it. The swirl of melee, he manages to not hit them. The cult leader is going to attack Orvald with something. Combat talents, he's going to... Where's Ghoulish Glare? Damage to empathy. Yeah, so, okay, so he's going to... Druid's name is Neo? Pretty much. Well, there's 5 druids, and apparently Orvald, our hero, can't hit the broadside of a barn. Exactly, there's always cultists. These ones are Saurians. So right, he's going to fire this ghoulish glare. A horrible visage goes swinging out towards poor old Orvald, who hopefully doesn't... Another... Yay! So the Saurian guard again tries to cast this spell. However... something goes wrong. Apparently he's just a really terrible spellcaster. He's really out of sorts without his... Oh my gosh, okay, he's really out of sorts with... I'll come back to that in a moment. He's really out of sorts without his staff. So, this is a fun one. Your magic attracts a demon from another dimension. The GM can create a demon randomly, or create it herself. GMs are called herself in this. So the demon appears within the next quarter day and will create all kinds of trouble. So that's fun. Shall we see if the demon just shows up now? Let's see. Let's roll odds and evens on a d20. Odds it shows up now. Evens it shows up later. Odds it shows up now. Evens it shows up later. Okay, so he goes to cast this spell, and again the power just internalizes, and then he feels it swing out from himself. He's meant to be presenting this horrifying demonic visage to try and startle Orvald, but then it doesn't work. But he feels the power, more than he expected, leach out and fly away from him. The spell doesn't go off, which confuses him. But what's actually happened is the demonic visage that he was trying to summon has actually summoned a demon, and that's gonna... I'll have to remember that and throw it in later to cause trouble for someone or something. Alright, so that was the cult leader, the druids. Still fighting poor Ulfric, who's probably not going to survive another set of attacks from them. Daggers! Daggers everywhere! And they're going to go stabbing at him. Oh, thankfully they didn't hit. Okay, so he lives to fight another round. Ulfric. Ulfric is going to... Has any of our party been injured? I don't think they have. Just her bow. Okay. So, yep, he's going to swing wildly with his staff. Oh no, sorry, with his dagger. Slicey slice. Into the cultists. Yes, 2, they can't dodge, but they do get armor. So the druids, scales. So he manages to land a blow, however, it just kind of deflects off the scales, so sneaks past some of these blades as he's kind of dodging and ducking. But yeah, just slides off because it would have worked against a humanoid person, but unfortunately these people are scales and he's not used to using the dagger. Stabbity stab, exactly. Halfdor. Halfdor is our fighter and he's engaged with the Saurian guards. He's going to swing again with his... That's Ulfric. Halfdor is going to swing with his short sword and he is our sword fighter, so he gets a bonus to his dice. No successes and 2... Oh, he can't push it though, because that's going to be too awkward. I don't want to take 2 points of damage in it. Oh, you get a free dodge every round. I didn't realize that. Well, that's cool. I'll remember that for next time. Is everybody Saurian? Everyone that we're fighting is a Saurian. I've got 4 humans and Fern the horse is hiding elsewhere. We've gone into a Saurian village, and because we got in a scuffle with them earlier, they attacked. Didn't want to attack them, but because they attacked, we're defending ourselves. And what we're going to say is... Is he going to push? Yeah, you know what? He is going to push because then he's going to hope that Ulfric notices and heals him up. We need to hit them. Oh crap, okay. So no, he swings and just pulls a muscle. Injures himself, damages his sword. That's just really going to cost him. Gemma is going to see that Ulfric is still in the greatest need, so... It is. I didn't want to attack them. We needed a staff from them and they wouldn't trade it, and so we kind of took the staff, but then left everyone alive because we didn't want to kill them. We said, go back to your home, and they did, and then it turns out we went to their home and they were still mad, which maybe isn't surprising. Okay, Gemma is going to try and cover... She watches Ulfric overextend himself, and the grunt back as his sword dings off a rock because he's just swung too hard trying to cleave into these guards. But it looks like Ulfric is still our major problem, all the Saurians fighting him, so she is going to fire her bow at these druids. I need to stop pushing rolls because she's meant to get sharpshooter, so we'll give her 1 more d6. No, it doesn't matter. Okay, so she got 1 success. The druids had... Did they dodge before? Oh, yes, they did dodge, didn't they? Because, what's his face? Oravold shot at them. So 1 hit. Does their armor protect them? Saurian druids. See, they've got armor and my party doesn't. Murder hobos, effectively. Okay, so it pings off their armor. That's annoying. I really needed them to not be alive. Saurian guards, they're going to swing at Halfdor. These tridents, tridents everywhere, so let's all have a stab. Again, they get +3 because there's a lot of them. But no successes, which is fantastic for Halfdor. Because he got hurt pretty bad, actually. Oravold is still going to try and help Ulrich with his bow. Draws a bead. Fires the bow, hopes to hit the druids, does hit the druids. Let's see if they can get out of the way of that move. They get 1 success, so he's got 1 success over them, so far they're going to take 1 damage, less whatever they roll on their armor. which is no successes, so they do take 1 point of damage. And what that means is one of them is dead. Hooray! That's the other ones. One of these guys is dead. Yeah. I say hooray, but I still don't actually want to kill them. The cult leader is going to... what is befoul? I haven't used it before. Death and decay seep into food? No. Chill of the Grave. Yep, he's going to cast that over on Orvold. Oh dear, okay. So he got an extra bonus point. So he suffers 2 damage to strength and wits, and will suffer 1 point of damage each round until it equals a power level. Total damage to each injury. Okay, yep, so next turn he's going to take another 2 points of damage. That sucks. Strength and wits. Reluctant murder is okay. Wow. It's going to end badly. We're going to have to run away in a moment. Oh, I forgot that the sorcerers go before. Oh, frick. This might go horribly wrong. Because they're going to stab at him. They're going to stabby at our boy, Ulfric. They've got 1 success. Ulfric is going to try and get the heck out of the way of that. Needs to get at least 1 6, otherwise he is... So as he sees this coming around, he leaps to one side so that he gets out of the way. But unfortunately, as he's leaping, one of the other druids has circled around behind and stabs at him. Can you point behind them and then run away? Kind of have to. You get to roll your move, I believe. And if you're successful, then you can get away. But Ulfric is now broken. This is awkward. Can't do anything on his turn. Some can try and heal him after this, but honestly, there's a lot of fighting. Halfdor is going to have to keep swinging at these guards. He needs to even this fight up a bit. Well, those stats are so busted now. 1 success. The guards are going to try and parry. They need 1 success. They get no successes, but they do have armor. Let's see if their armor protects them. Oh wait. We've got scales. The scales works even better. Ulfric, we hardly did know ye. So he stabs, and it's a good stab. However, the natural armor of these saurians. Oh dearie. Gemma is going to fire into the druids again, because she's just going to try and lay down some suppressive fire, effectively. Suppressing fire! Sharpshooter, see if she can hit something. They've already done their dodge, so 1... You know what? 1 will take it. Saurian druids. Scales. Don't soak it, don't... Okay, they rolled no successes, so they take 1 damage. We'll slowly get through them all. Right, Saurian guards. The Saurian guards are going to swing at Halfdor. They're probably going to finish him off at this stage. Oh wait, they get +3. 1, 2, 3. So see if there's any 6s in here. Oh no, not 3d8. That's the wrong one. 3d6. That's d8 again. Maybe I should stop. Oh. Maybe I should stop pressing the D8 button. Of course they get another 6. So they got 2 successes on him. He's going to block with his shield. Parry. Sword fighter. Roll. 1 success. Okay, so he takes 1 point of strength damage. Yeah. Manages. The map does look really good. So this is Foundry rather than Roll20. I like it. He's... Okay, so Orvold is surveying the scene. Ulfric is down. Halfdor is pretty beaten. He is going to he's going to try and yell out that he's gonna yell out that he surrenders, or that they surrender, and yell out to Gemma and Halfdor to stand down. I'm gonna roll manipulation just to see whether how convinced they are, because if they're not convinced, they're gonna continue fighting through this round, I think. Okay, I've got a success. So what I'm gonna say is, he throws his bow to the ground and says, "Gemma, Halfdor, stand down!" And raises hands and looks directly at the Saurian cult leader, and explains that we never wanted to fight. We needed the staff, and we let you live, and now I ask that you allow us to tend to our friend in the same way. And the Saurian cult leader doesn't actually understand what he says. Oh no, he did understand a tiny bit. He gets the gist of it, and besides, he's seen the weapon throw down and seen Gemma and Halfdor kind of like take up defensive postures, but not. No, they're not about to attack, and so he yells something in Saurian to the druids and the guards, and they're still very much in aggressive postures, but they're not going to attack this turn. So yeah, the guards come through and they take the weapons from the party, and he takes back the staff. And there is an option for what happens if you lose this battle. Okay, so what happens is, yeah, so the weapons are taken away from them. The gear is taken in general. All their weapons, shields, stuff like that. Rations, which we just got more of in the tavern. That's a shame. So they are going to have blindfolds put on them, and then they're dragged somewhere. It must still be in the village, or at least they think it's still in the village because they haven't gone that far. Now, as what happens is, if you failed that fight, it's called innocent until caught. So as the blindfold is removed, you find yourself in a small hut. Your arms and legs are tied, and your mouth is gagged. Okay, so those things also happened. So let's hope that this is not the last view we see. The room is small. A simple bed made from hay sits in the corner, which is awkward because there's 4 of us. So a dresser, a bucket of water, and what appears to be a bucket of rotten meat serves as the rest of this hut's furniture. There's a small window on one of the walls, and a door that can be locked from the inside. Perhaps you can sneak out? A door that can be locked from the inside. This doesn't seem like the kind of thing that you'd try and trap someone in. Anyway, your legs and hands are tied, and as are all your party members that have been captured. Moving is difficult, talking is impossible. Perhaps there's something useful inside the hut. Searching for useful items requires a move -3 and takes time. Each time you fail, roll a d6. If you fail, an event might happen. If you succeed, roll a d6 on the success table. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, looking around, Orvol kind of sees that Ulfric is still unconscious. Not unconscious, he's like stuff groaning behind his gag. Halfdor and Gemma seem more cognizant. But he is going to go into survival mode. He's going to try and do his move -3. Modifier -3. To see if he figures something out. He's only going to roll 2 dice. That's going to be awkward. Yep, so no, he absolutely fails. What happens is you roll the dice, but you roll as many dice. There we go. You roll as many dice as it says, so the -3 in this, 3 dice in this case. And for every success of that, it takes away one of your successes, so he ends up with -2 successes. Each time you fail, the chance of an event 14 increases by 1. So roll a d6, it says. 6. Of course we go straight for a 6. I don't know what that means, but... First fail, 1 event. Oh. First fail, 1 equals event 14, second fail, 1 to 2 equals event 14, and so on. Okay, so the first fail, I didn't roll a 1. So whatever event 14 is, we haven't triggered it. Which I guess is good. Yeah, I guess we just need to try and keep rolling around. So these are stretches, more or less 15 minutes. I wonder if Gemma can roll to see if she can figure something out. Move -3, not -30. So Gemma, okay, she gets 1 success. And I get to roll a d6 again. And we got a 6. Man, this thing is really into 6s. Oh. Great. So she goes and she's just maybe on the other side of the room where she's been dropped. She goes through and there's actually, this is a very sharp knife. What I'm going to say is it's not so much a knife so much as a maybe a piece of pottery. Could be presents. A piece of pottery has broken at some point, and she finds a shard of it, which is still sharp enough and sturdy enough that kind of wiggles back to Halfdor, and he cuts him free, and then he proceeds to cut the rest of them free. And now someone who I just need to figure out who it's going to be. Probably going to be Gemma because she's the only one after Ulfric who has healing. I'm fairly certain she's the only one who's got healing. Yeah, so Gemma is going to try and attend to Halfdor. And I'm just going to say that these guys are gone at the moment. Combat's over. Yeah, in combat, gone. Get rid of those as well. Yep, so Gemma's going to roll healing to try and attend to the broken Ulfric. Pretty much like, hey, get back up, man. Hey, wake up. 1 success, so he gets one point of health back. And he kind of like, probably what's happening? It's like we've been captured and taken into this hut. It's like, what? The guards in this place need a refresher. Well, I mean, to be fair, the guards in this hut just like laid out on a party of adventurers. So they're probably feeling good about it. Looking over at Halfdor though, Ulfric is going to be like, oh, let me attend to you. Talent. We figured out that Healing Hands is the one, isn't it? Equal to the power level. Okay, so he's got 2 power. So he's going to Healing Hands our man. How can I do more power? There we go. So we're going to do 2 power. He's going to try and heal Halfdor, who looks also quite stabbed. Hey! Okay, so 3. He got an extra success, which means the warming energy, like, from Ulfric as he lays his hands on Halfdor and just like massages out his arm and whatnot, and Halfdor's like, oh, that's better, thank you, friend. Great, so our party's not completely dead right now. So we need to figure out what to do now. They've got a little exit on this pick apart thing. It's exits. Once free, breaking a window will take you out of the hut. You find yourself at a place where you can hide. So yes, Whoosh. Shut up, Daniel-san. Alien Ant Farm, the movies, music video. It's great. Yeah, so they look around and they're like, okay, so we've got this one thing which, for the purposes of this mechanics, Gemma has a knife, but everyone else has nothing. Fern is tied up somewhere. Oh, man. No more short bow, no more short spear, no more staff of the alligator. This is heartbreaking. gear. We'll leave that dagger. I'm not going to say that they stripped them, so they've still got their armor. But he loses his shield. And his short bow and short sword. Oh, Halfdor, you poor hard done guy. Gear. Yep, you lose your dagger and you lose your staff. +1 to sports massage. That's exactly it. Does sword fighting work, do you think, with a dagger? When you fight with a sword? No, because it's not a sword, it's a dagger. Literally in the title. Name, dagger. Okay, so you know what? She's just going to hold on to it still. And I'm just going to accidentally close down everyone's character sheets. Gemma and Halfdor. So our little party. Apparently you can't select like that. Ooh. Hey guys. Yeah, so they're like, we gotta get out, and they're like, wow, let's sneak out this window, and so they help. First, Gemma's gonna head out, being the ranger, and it's like it's all clear. And they're gonna help Ulfric out, followed by Orvold and finally Halfdor, who's feeling much better now that he's had his Miyagi massage. So now they're going to hide in plain sight. So a dozen huts, this is the thing for hide in plain sight, a dozen huts are spread out on what solid ground there is. Several walkways made from planks connect the huts in what seem to be random patterns. Everything looks like it will fall apart at any second. A few lizard-looking humanoids can be seen scuttling about, fishing or cleaning pots. So far, no one has noticed you. That is a good thing. What I reckon is, it is already, whatchamacallit, already 12. I started a bit late today. That's fine. So what I might do is I might wrap up there. That's a good enough place to be. They've just been captured and escaped from the Saurians, but now they're still in the Saurian village. They don't have the staff, they don't have their weapons, so we're going to have to sort all that out. But that will be something that we can look into on Thursday when we come back for the next TTRPG, not Tuesday, TTRPG Thursday. In the meantime, thank you for stopping by. Thanks, Moji, for having a chat as well. And, yeah, look after yourselves, take a break, and I will see you next time.